So today we are going to do the RHCSA exam preparation. So what we are going to do now. So I'm going to explain you what are all instructions which you need to follow during examination. Then we'll also solve some of the latest dump which is coming in the RHCSA exam from the Red Hat, right? So before starting the exam preparations, let's discuss a few basic things. Let me connect my pen tab just a minute. Yes. See, when you appear to the exam, so this exam will be of 3 hours, first of all. This exam will be of 3 hours. And all the questions will be your lab based. There is no any objective based questions. All the questions will be lab based. When I say lab, it means you need to perform each and every questions on the servers. You will have the access of servers, and you need to perform each and every questions there, right? 70% is the passing mark. You need to achieve 70% at least to get it passed in the examination, right? You can book your exam by contacting with your center or by directly from the net as well. But only the problem will be if you directly book your exam from the Red Hat, you will get a single attempt, right? But when you will book with the help of center, so you will get the 2 attempts in the same price. I'm not remember what is the current price is going on for the exam. For that, you can connect to the center and can take the detail. And this 2 attempt is also based on offers. So if the offer will be there, then you will get the 2 attempt on the same price. And whatever the price you will pay for the examination, that is valid for 1 year, right? So you can appear to the exam in 365 days, any days, right? And plus the reattempt also you need to complete in those 365 days, right? And another thing is whenever you book your exam, currently you will get the 45 hours lab from the Red Hat. Again, this all depends on the offer, right? But the current thing is going on, I'm explaining you. So you will book the exam. So you may get the double attempt and you will get the 45 hours lab as well. And that will be from the Red Hat. And you can do your practice, self-paced practice on their lab as well. That is what the current scenario. Now, once you start appearing the exam, first of all, you will have one machine, right? On this machine, you need to put your detail, your name, your email address, and all the things which they will ask you. So just put all those things. And once you fill everything, you will get the desktop. Now here, you will have the certain icons, right? Somewhere you will see click for the Firefox. You will get the link for the Firefox. Once you will click on that Firefox, there will be instructions open, and then you need to give, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes to read those instructions very carefully, right? Because in the whole exam, we have 2 VMs. Okay? And on those VMs, there will be one VM will already have the network configurations, but other will not have the network configurations. So in which VM, let's suppose I've taken an example called server A, server B, and server A, right? So SERV is server A. So these 2 VMs we will have. So in this machine, possibly network configurations will be not set. So that will mention in your instructions. Okay. And on this server A, means these 2 machines, where what is the host name you need to set on this machine, IP address you need to set on this machine, DNS, gateway, right? All these instructions will be written on this instruction box. So read those instructions very carefully. Plus, what is the IP address, what is the password of this machine will be also written on that instruction. So again, I'm saying, go with those instructions very carefully, 10 to 15 minutes. All the informations will be written in instructions part, where, however, the server V will already have the network configurations, but you will not know the password of this machine, right? So in the instructions, it will be written for server B, please reset the password and set the password something called XYZ. That will be written on that part. So you need to break the password of server B and set the password whatever written in your instructions. Again, I'm repeating, you need to open the instructions and read it carefully. On those instructions, these things will be mentioned very clearly, that you will have the two VMs, one VM would one VM where you need to set the IP address, DNS, means all the network configurations you need to define, even host name, IP address, everything. Plus the password of the VM is ABC. So you need to log into that VM with that password ABC and start solving all the questions. And there will be another VM where the password, you need to reset it to XYZ. So you need to reset it by breaking the root password. That is what you need to perform on the server B. So all those instructions will be written there, right? And once everything will be done, then you will, on the same link, you will get the question paper link as well, right? So in the question paper, there will be multiple questions will be there. I think it could be 20 or 21 questions will be. However, in our case, there will be few more questions. And just because we are putting those questions also which was coming earlier as well. So in our case, it could be, I think, 23 questions possibly. In exam, there will be around 20 questions, right? So, but we need to practice all the questions which we are doing as exam prep questions, right? So all these questions will be once you will open the question paper, everything will be there, and there will be options, means you can say a checkbox, right? Only the purpose of that checkbox is to make sure that if you want to revisit some question or not, there is nothing called submit option. Okay, so all the questions you need to perform, and at the end you need to submit your exam. We do not need to submit each and every questions once we will done. Remember that. Okay. Once we will done all the questions, then after 3 hours, if you complete before, then you need to click on submit the exams. Then exam will be got submitted. Right. These checkbox is just for if you want to make sure, do you like to revisit this question again or what? That is for this is for that purpose actually, not for the submission. Right. So some basic information you need to take care. Again, I will repeat again. So instructions are very important. So go with those instructions again, read those carefully, right? And then start appearing in your exam there. Okay. Yeah. So here also you will get the two VMs. You can prepare your VMs as well if you want, but I'm just talking about this lab. So here you will already get the two VMs. Right. Now we need to perform each and everything on these two VMs there. Okay. If I will go back to my question, so you can see there are some tasks performed on the server A, means we have two VMs. So for every question, it will be mentioned that on which VM it need to perform. So that's why I'm saying you read the instructions very carefully. So perform those questions which is allowed for server A or server B. If I will scroll it down, so somewhere you will see perform this task on the server B machine. It will be not something like this in your exam, definitely, because in exam they will ask you question wise. This question, it should be on server A, server B. Here, it's just a kind of sample, right? Where I'm saying all these questions need to perform on the server A. Similarly, all those questions need to perform on server B, right? So that is what we have mentioned there. Okay. Now I will take your question. Any questions anyone has before starting the questions we have in the RHCSA exam part? Any questions related to the appearing to the exam or anything? Okay. Anyone else? Okay then. Now here we have question 1 to set the IP address, net mask, gateway, DNS, and host name. You can see this X will be referred to your seat number when you appear to the exam. So there will be one seat number allocated to you, and this will be mentioned in your instructions, right? So let's suppose my workstation number is 50, for example. So this X will be replaced by 50. Okay, so your IP address will be 172.25.50.11. A gateway will be 172.25.50.254. So, and this host name will be server 50.example.com. So this X will replace your workstation number. Here we are not going to use this IP range. Means this IP range for your lab purpose, you can change it as per your lab network. So in our case, we are going to set it with the help of 192.168.122. Something range. Okay. So this is what we need to perform on server A. So I will go to my VM, and this is what server A I have. Let me log into this machine. You can do NMTUI, edit connection, and there will be already a connection will be there. Edit that. Then here you need to set it to manual, and then so, and now you need to define the IP address. Okay. So in my network, the IP address should be 192.168. I think 122.46/24-bit. Right. This is in my case, the IP address will be 192.168.122. I think it should be 192.168.122.1. Right? For me, the IP range is this one. So I'm set at this IP range. Come out, activate your connection, and come back, set your host name. So server A dot, what is in my case is saying server x.example.com something. So let me set it that server A, whatever the host name they will ask you, you need to set those host name. Just quit it from there. So if everything set correctly, so I can see my IP address with the config command. So 192.168.122.46, that's correct, setly there. And then we have the host name to check my host name. Yes, host name is also set correctly. Then we have route -n to set my gateway. Sorry, to check my gateway. Yes, it is also set there. And the DNS address. So however we set it with NMTOS, everything will be fine, definitely. But just quickly, you can verify that if these things are set correctly or not, because sometimes there will be possibility of their typos, right? So just verify all those things, whatever you have defined with the IP address, net mask, gateway, DNS, hostname, everything there. Once this will be done, once you will set this IP address and all these things, now it's your choice. I'm not it is not mandatory, but it's your choice. You know already the IP address of this machine. So either you can work inside the VM, or you can take the remote of that VM on the virtual machine. Right? So base machine means as per my board, if you remember what I told you, let me go back to my board. So you will have the virtual machine, these virtual machines. This will be your base machine. So once you set the network configurations, now you know the IP address, right? And you also know the password of this machine, because that will be written in instructions. So now all the questions, whatever the questions will be there, either you can go inside this VM and do that there is no any problem with this, or you can access this machine remotely on your base machine and can start working on this. It's up to you, right? So how you will take that? Definitely SSH space, then root @ IP address, or the name which you have defined there, server a.example.com, something like this. Is it something which is not resolving? In my case, obviously there it will be resolvable. etc host server A. Oh, server A. Let me take the remote with SSH server A. It's root @ server. Right? I can take the remote there and can start working on this. Okay? It's totally optional. It's up to you how you want to manage this. Right? I'm going to take this machine remotely here. Just a minute. SSH root @server A. Now we'll perform everything there. So question 1 done. Okay, this is question 1 here, but obviously in your exam, this will be the part of your instructions, right? The idea of this exam preparation is to get you familiarized with what you will see in the exam. It's not like the same. The sequence will be same. The sequence can be vary. The name can be vary. IP address can be vary. These things can be vary in the exam as well, right? So that's all. This is about first question from our this question. Any doubt anyone has with the question number 1? Okay. Now come to the question number 2. Now question number 2 is saying configure your server A VM repository. Install the package distribution is available via yum. Okay. So yum server is already there. You do not need to configure the yum server. However, you need to configure the yum repository in your server A machine, right? And there will be 2 base URL which we need to use. That is the address of the base URL you will have. Okay. Now, how we will set that? We need to go inside etc yum.repo.d. I can create the file with any name. Let's suppose I can say package.pkg.repo. Okay. And we'll write here called base.
Just increase the font size.
Yeah, sure. Is it fine now?
A little bit.
Little bit, okay.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay, good. Now, name is base, and base URL is equal to whatever they have put there in the question, just copy paste there, right? So I will copy from there as well. But remember, here in our case, the URL is little bit changed, okay? It is not content.example.com. It is classroom.example.com. Classroom.example.com, right? And then GPG check is equal to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will copy these 4 lines, will paste it, or you can write it again, but I have copied this. Then app will change the app and paste the another URL. So it is app stream. So I'm going to write it down, app stream, and GPG check is equal to 0. Just verify that if everything is running well or not, repo list, right? And if everything is fine, so we are good with this question. Right? Any questions with the question number 2? Anyone? Fine then. Now question number 3. This question is for SELinux port, some kind of troubleshooting for the SELinux. It's saying in your system, HTTPD service has some file in var.ww.html. Do not change or alter those files. Okay, we'll not do that. Now solve the problem. HTTPD service of your system having some issue. Service is not running on port number 82. Right? That is the question. Again, I'm repeating. This is just a kind of sample. There, in that case, the statement could be changed, right? There could be some statement will be there. Port number could be different. Path will be different. Name would be different. So that can be changed in the exam. Okay. Now, ultimately, we need to solve the problem of SELinux in this question, right? So if I will come back to my server A and try to restart the HTTPD service, HTTPD. So it's saying it's failed, right? Now, once you will do systemctl status, is there any possibilities if I can remove this? Is it? Yeah. Systemctl space HTTPD, if I will do that. So I should be able to see, yes, it's getting failed and it's getting failed on 82 port number. Right? So to fix this problem, what we need to do, we need to use set, what was the command? I forget that. Interesting. Set enforce is to set that part. And I think SEManage, yeah. SEManage, that is the command. Now I can do port space -L and grep the 80 port number and find out what is the context for 80 port number, right? So somewhere you will see the 80 port number, 80, 80, 80, this is what, right? The port number of 80 has the context table http underscore port underscore t, and you're not able to see 82 port number at this point. We have 82 port number, right? And this is not there in 82 port number. Okay. So we need to change the context table of 82 port number, SEmanage space port space -a for add, T for context level type, and that will be http underscore port underscore t. You can copy paste from at the top above this http underscore port underscore t. And then -p TCP and your port number 82. Once you run this command, it should be visible. Either you can grab 82 port number there, 82 port number. Let's see. Now we can see http port underscore t is applied on 82 port number. Then after, if you will run systemctl space restart http, it should be run. It should be run. Yes. Just verify the status. Status, it's fine. Precautionary, just enable the service as HTTPD. However, the service is by default enable in your exam, but I would suggest you to run this command, enable this. Then after, if you will try to do curl space server A and colon 82 port number or whatever the host name you will have, like server a.example.com colon 82 port number. So you will be able to see the page. Right? Any questions? Anyone has with question number 3? Okay then. Proceed to question number 4. Now create the following user, groups, and group membership. Okay. Now the group name should be sysadm. And the user Harry, who should belong to sysadm as a secondary group. Okay. So we need to create a group. Then we need to create a user Harry, and it should be part of the sysadm group. And we also need to create the Natasha, who belong to the group sysadm as a secondary group. User Saraha, who should not have the interactive cell and should not be member of sysadm group. Okay. Then Harry, Natasha, and Sarah should all have the password of password. Sysadm group has access to add user in the servers. And Harry user has access to set password for users without asking sudo. Right? This is what we need to do now. I will come back to your system and so we'll start from beginning. Means we need to create group add sysadm. Right? Then we need to add the user. So user add -g sysadm and Harry. Again, if I am writing this command, so this is not the only way. If you want to add the user, then you want to add the group, you can also do that. Why I'm telling you this approach, because this will actually save your time, right? In exam, everything matters. I mean, the time is basically very matter in that part, right? So that's why I'm showing you writing this command just to add the user and add the user in the sysadm group as well. Both things will be happening in the single command. So user add -g sysadm and the Harry user. Similarly, we can do user add -g sysadm and Natash Natasha. Right? Another last user sysadm. Okay, sorry. That Harry Sarah should not be a part of this group, right? That is what in the question. And it should also not have the interactive cell. So non-interactive cell means sbin/no login. No login. And SARA Sarah. So as per my question, we set Harry, Natasha, Sarah, we created those users and we didn't provide the cell to the Sarah user, and it is not a part of that group also. Now all the users should have the password of password. So passwd and Sarah should have the password of password. Right? And NAT SHA. Set the password, whatever put in the exam. Then similarly for the Harry as well.
Sir,
Uh-huh.
one question.
Mhm.
Can we able to add Harry and Natasha means together in one command?
No, we need to create a different user, then we can add that, not in one command.
Okay.
Now, sysADM group should have the add user in the server. Add user. So it means, let's suppose user add. I need to search for the path. This is the path of my user add. Okay. And then we have the command called vi sudo, right? That is how you can give the permissions to group or users. Anywhere you can write. Why I'm suggesting you to go at the bottom, because there are some examples there. That's why. Otherwise, you can put it in anywhere. Now, for any kind of group, we need to use %. Then the group name. Group name is what? SysADM. And then all is equal to, we can paste the command name. Simple. Another is Harry, who should have access to set the password. So password means what? Which pass WD. So USR bin pass WD. So for Harry means for user, we do not need to put %, right? But one more condition it is, that is saying that without asking a sudo password. So it means what? We need to write like this, no pass WD and colon, there's the command. Let's suppose if in exam they will ask you to give Harry to full access. So what I can do means what we can do, all space, all. Right? That we can do there. If they will ask you to give the Harry to full access without sudo password, then we can provide Harry all is equal to all. Oh, sorry. In this case, there will be no bracket. And then all no pass WD colon like this. Right? It's all about the pseudo entry. Okay. So as for the questions, you may need to change your entry, right? If they will ask you for the single command, you can provide there. If they will ask you full access, you can put like this. If they will ask you without password, so you can put in this way. Anyways, let me save this file. So we created the group, created the user, set it into the group, added the user in the group, set the password. We also define the sysADM as a group to add the user in the server, and the Harry user to set the password without asking sudo password. Yeah. Any questions anyone has from question number 4? Let me go then question number 5. Now the question number 5 is saying create a collaborative directory /shared/sysadmin with the following characteristics. So the group owner of this directory should be sysADM. The directory should be readable, writable, and accessible to the member of sysADM, but not to any other user, right? It is understood that root has access to all files and directory. Obviously, yes. Now, the files created in this directory automatically have group ownership set to sysadmin. Means this is what your SGID, right? So we need to add the SGID there. And with this question, we need to make sure that that directory should be readable, writable, and accessible to the member of sysADM, not other. Okay. So it means we need to give the permission of 7 to the group owner, right? And other 0. Now let me create this directory then. mkdir -p/share/sysadmin user. Or what is that? Sysadmin. Created that. Then it's saying it should be readable, writable. Sorry, group ownership should be sysADM. So chgrp, chgrp, sysADM, and the folder name. Then chmod 2770. Right? 2 is for SGID, S7 for your user owner, and 7 for your group ID, group owner, and 0 for others. So we do not need to give any permissions to others. So we set it to like this one. Right? Any questions from question number 5? Okay. Set the cron job for user Natasha that should runs daily every 1 minute local time and execute EX200 testing with logger command, something like this. It could be every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes. They can also ask you to set it to some specific time on every day, right? So cron tab, set the cron job for user Natasha. Okay, cron tab space hyphen L, no, space hyphen E hyphen U NATA as such a Natasha, right? Now, if I will go with the current question, so it asking us for every 1 minute. So every 1 minute means how? */1 and every day. One, two, three, 4, 5, and the command is logger. Logger and EX200 testing like this. Okay, or just a minute. Like this. Okay, let me save this file. But for example, if they will ask you like 30, 14 on every day, means 230 every day. So you need to set it like this one. Okay, it depends on, means if they will change the timing in the cron tab, so you need to make sure that you should put in the correct format. Okay, save this one, come out, and just make sure that systemctl restart cron D, it should be running, right? And verify that if it's set correctly or not. So instead of E, you can put -L, and you will be able to see, yes, it has been set correctly. Any questions with question number 6? Question number 7. Configure Autofs to auto mount the home directory of NetUserX. Note the following things there. So NetUserX home directory is exported via NFS. I mean, there is already NFS server is configured. And from there, this NetUserX home directory is shared, and which is available from classroom.example.com. And that could be the IP address of classroom. And your NFS export directory /netdir. Means from there, the directory has been shared with /netdir. Now, NetUserX home directory is the classroom.example.com/home guest/NetUserX. Means in this way, it should be shared from your NFS server. NetUserX home directory should be auto mount by using Autofs service. Home directory must be writable by the user, which is by default. All the home directories will be writable by the user. So we do not need to do anything for this part. And password of NetUser is Albert. Now to perform all these questions, it is actually the questions for auto mounting, right? So we need to use the Autofs to mount this shared directory on my local machine in /netdir folder. Simple, right? Because we need to mount this directory, which is shared from classroom.example.com on my system in /netdir with Autofs, not manually. Okay. Now to do this part, first of all, we should have 2 packages. One is called NFS-utils, and second one is AUTO Autofs. These 2 packages we should have. Right? Put yes there. Done. Once this package will be installed, we have a file called etc auto.master. Auto.master. Go inside this folder. You can write anywhere. Why I'm writing there? Just for an example. So in my system, where those shared directories should be mounted on /netdir. So I will write there /netdir, right? And this netdir should be mounted with this location. So that we will write in etc auto.misc file, auto.misc file, right? Save this, come out and open that file etc auto.misc. Again, why am I writing here? Just for the example there. So here the example is, now it's saying that the net user X home directory, net user X, again X station number, X station number. So net user X home directory should be mounted in /netdir. Okay. So it means I will write there net, I'm taking net user 1 there. Okay. Obviously in the exam you will take as per your seat number or the station number. And then I can type there -fs type is equal to NFS because it is coming from NFS, right? And then RW comma sync. You can write there RWN comma sync. And then as per the question, it is coming from this location, right? So let's copy this whole path and paste it there. And instead of net user X, I will write net user 1. Save it, come out, systemctl, restart, Autofs. Whatever service you are going to restart in the exam, do not forget to enable that. Do not forget it, because if your machine will be get rebooted, so those services will get closed or stopped. Okay. Now, if everything is fine, so I should be able to log in with net user 1. Okay, it's getting stuck. I think there could be some problem with my NFS server. Let me check class room.example.com. Yeah, that was the problem. Let me go to my machine. This is my base machine. In exam, NFS server is definitely configured well. Here, I think status NFS, it is running. Oh, sorry, NFS-server. Yeah, it is running firewall-cmd- list all. NFS June revert. Let me add this. There's a problem of the port number. Permanent -add service NFS June revert. RPC bind, and the next one is mounting. Strange. Oh, I'm sorry. Firewall-cmd-reboot. Perfect. Fine now. Now, if I will switch to this user, so it is working fine. Okay. This thing you do not need to do an exam because this is what the server problem. So those will be already added in the part as a part of your exam. Okay. Any questions with this question? Question number 7. Okay. Then question number 8. Create tar archive of /etc directory with .bzip2 extension. And the tar archive name should be myetc backup.tar and should be placed in /root directory. Okay. So /root directory means, okay, just a minute. Let me go to my server. Yeah, server A. So come out from this net user X. Now /root directory means go to your root directory. Then as per the question, it's saying create a tar archive. So what I can do, tar space -cv, and it's saying in .bgp. So bgp, for bgp we have small j, right? If they will ask you gz, then we have z. If they will ask you xz, then there will be option called capital J. So J, then F, then the name will be what? My etc backup.tar. My etc backup.tar, and we'll put bj2 as well, because they ask us to compress in bj2 extension, bgp2 extension. Then /etc. etc. Right. So it should be, we should have that file. Yeah, that's it. Right. So just compress those, make archive of your etc directory with bgp extension. Any questions with question number 8? Fine then. Now question number 9. Copy the file /etc/fstep file to var tmp. Configure the permission of /var tmp fstep so that the file this is owned by root user and the file this belongs to group root. This file should not be executable by anyone. So whenever you copy any file with root, so by default that will be owned by root user. It means for the first point we do not need to do anything, right? The second thing is the file this should belong to group root. So obviously when we copy any file with the root user or any user, so it will be owned by that user and the group owner will be also the same name. So again, for this point, we do not need to do anything. Now this file should not be executable. So by default, all the regular files are not executable. So again, for this point, no action is required there. But now the user Natasha is able to read and write this file. That we need to do with the help of setfsc. User Harry can neither write nor read for this file. So again, setfsc. All the other users, current or future, have the ability to read this file. So that is the default permissions. All the files have the permissions of R, right? So current or future user will be able to read that file. Go back to my system. Let me go back to my system. Then I will copy /etc fstep to /var/tmp. What are the locations it will ask. Then if you will see fstep, sorry. So you will see that these three things already there. So it is owned by root, group owned by root. It has read only. It do not have any executable permissions. And the last part is all other current or future should have read ability. So there is the read permission will be there. So rest of the two part, we need to use setfsc. Setfsc, then -m, then u colon, what is the username? Natasha, 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 colon, read write, and the file. After Natasha, there will be Harry, and it should be only no permissions. It should have no permissions. You can verify that, get FSCL and the file name. All right. Any questions with question number 9? Good. Question number 10. Configure your system to synchronize the time with classroom.example.com. So you need to install the package of Cron, CHRONY. That is the name of package which you need to install. Right. Then we have a file, etccrony.conf. Inside this file, you need to set that name. Comment out this pool option and put the server space classroom.example.com. Use iburst. It will help my system to synchronize it very quickly. So just use iburst there. Save this file. restart the service, CHRONYD, restart the service, and then enable this as well, right? Enable this as well. Now, if I will see Cron space sources space -v, so there should be the star mark instead of this colon and exclamation. Again, it could be related to my server. So if I will do NTP, so it should be in few minutes. Sorry. It should be coming to a few minutes. Cat etc. I'm just verifying the content. Chronic.conf classroom.exam. Yeah. Right. So you just need to make sure that you have put the correct and TP server address in your chronic.conf and they start your chronic service. Find all files and directories which is created by user Natasha into the system and copy it into /root Natasha file directory. Okay, we need to find all the files which is created by user Natasha. So what we can do, find a space /-user and NATASH Natasha. But at the same time, we need to copy this into /root Natasha file directory as well. But that directory is not exist in my case. So in exam, it could be possible it could exist. If not, then we can create that as well. So NATASH Natasha files. Then I can use execute CP command -R and curly braces, then /root/Natasha file and just close this loop. So it will find all the files which will be owned by user Natasha and copy it into /root/Natasha file directory. These are some error outputs, so you can ignore it by using dev null option there. So if I will see in /root Natasha file, so I have few of the files there. Okay. In exam, if they will ask you to create one script which will search for those files which is owned by Natasha, right? So the same command we would need there. Okay, same command we will need, but we need to write inside the script. Okay, they will definitely ask you to write with the path of a script. Okay, now let's suppose they will ask you some location called OPT. It could be chain. It will say and the name of the script as well. So SELinux search.sh. So use this with bin bash and paste that command, come out, and then chmod 755 /opt file start.sh. Right? If they will ask you to copy it some USR local, USR bin or some folder, so you need to do that as well. You copy OPT, USR, local bin, right? You can do that. So by this, what happened? Now this will become a command actually. Right? If you will copy in any of the locations which comes with the path variable. So it will also do the same thing. If you will run file search.sh, it will do the same thing what we have done with the find command. So it depends on, if they will not ask you the script, just run on the terminal and complete your work. If they will ask you to create a script, so put it into the script file. Now, question number 12, find all string from this def file and copy that string into root lines file. So this is a string actually. So we have the grep command. We have grep command and we'll do each and then whatever the name is saying. What is that? USR, share, dix, word, and put it into /root/files. Is it? I'm sorry, lines, not files, lines. Done. There will be some outputs there. If they will ask you to create the script, then we need to do the same step. Now, for example, opt find string.sh. So I will use the same command and we'll put it inside the script. Then bash, paste it there, change the permission, right? Copy this. If they will ask you to, then the copy this file in USR local bin. That's it. Any question with question 11, 12, sorry, 10, 11, 12? Anyone? Okay then. Now create a user called, they will provide you the name with this UID and the password should be Albert. Okay. So to do that, we just need to do user add -u and whatever the pass 2334 and the name is UNILO. Set the password, whatever they will ask you in the exam. Yes. Okay. Now this thing we need to perform on our server B machine. Means we need to set the root password to Albert, right? So again, to this task, we need to go to the console because at this moment, we do not know the password of my root. We do not know the IP address of my server B. So I need to go back to my system, means inside the VM. And set the basic stuff first of all there. So this is my VM2. Now we need to restart this machine, reboot this, and your machine will be getting restart. Just press any button to stop this countdown. Then press E and go to your line number Linux there. At the end, we need to type init is equal to /bin/bash. Then press Ctrl X. The system will got rebooted in the bash prompt. Yeah, right. Now set the password for root, whatever they will ask you. Sorry. Mount space -o remount, rw/ and then use passwd space root. Whatever they will ask you, just set it there. Right? And then after do /auto relabel. And then you can reboot this machine there. Send. There is one command to come exit from this init. I think systemctl or reboot or something. Or let me take forcefully reboot there. Once it will back, then you can check the IP address of this machine. Then if you want, you can take the remote of this machine and start working on that. That's relabeling the all context level, because we set it touch us says that auto relabel. So it could take few minutes. So now it's logged in. Log into this machine with the password which you have reset now. And check the IP address. With this IP address, you can log in, take the console of this machine as well. So I'm again going to my console now and will take the remote of server B. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now again, same thing. We need to configure the yum repository on this machine so that yum should be working properly. So you can create the file etc yum.repo.d pkg.repo. I'm going to copy paste from server A, but you can type it if you want. pkg.repo. I'm going to just copy this. Yes.
रेपो सर दोनों मशीन में बनानी है एग्जाम
जी. Then yum repo is it should work. Yeah, it's working. Now, question number 15. Create a LVM named WShare from W group volume group. And note the following. PE size should be 8 MB. LVM size should be 50 extents. Format it with ext4 file system and mount it on /mnt/wshare directory. Right? And it should also mount after next reboot. So obviously it means we need to put in fstep5. In exam, it could be asked you to format in VFAT or XFS file system, right? So the thing is we need to change the command mkfs.ext4 to mkfs.xfs or mkfs.vfat. That the thing only will change. Now to create this LVM and this volume group, we will have some additional disk on my system, right? If you will see lsblk, we do not have, is it in this machine? Okay. Okay, no problem. In my case, I do not have any additional disk attached there. I'm going to attach this disk right now. but in exam, it will be already there. So I will go to my RHEL-2 and here I will attach one machine. Okay, I think I need to shut it down first. So storage. I will add it for 5 GB. 5 GB is enough. Yes.
सर आइडेंटिफाई कैसे हो कौन सी डिस्क का एल्बम बनाना है
वही तो बताऊंगा मैं. Let it be up. Server is back now. Let me go back to my console. I need to take the remote again. So when you reach to this question to create the LBM, there will be one additional disk attached in your machine. So when you will do LSBLK, so you will see one additional disk will be there. Okay. Do not touch the disk which has an operating system, right? This already has your slash and swap all these things. Do not touch this disk. Okay. Only we need to use the additional disk which we will have. In exam, there will be only one disk will be attached. Even if there will be multiple disks, you can select any one of them. But that is for sure you will get only one single attached additional disk there. Now, to create this, to do this, all this stuff, we need to create physical volume first of all, then volume group, then logical one. Then what is the size of the partition which we need to create? Should we use all the partitions of 5 GB? I would say no. Why? Because we have one more question for the partition where we need to create the swap partition of 400 MB. So if you utilize all the disk at this question, so you will not able to perform this question to questions to create the swap, right? So the ideal way is to, while creating the partition, just calculate the size of PE and extents. So it's saying that PE size is 8 MB, right? And the extent size is 50. So just multiply these two words. So 8 into 5, 400. 400. So you can create the partitions approx 500 MB only, right? This is what the P and this is your extent size. So just multiply those. So I will go back to my system and do fdisk/dev/vdb, press enter, new, create the primary partition, number 1, and use plus 500 M. That's it. Change the ID A2. Oh, sorry. Let me see what is the ID number. I think it is 82. 8E, I think. 8E, yeah, 8E. So again, change the ID. Yes, now it changed to 80. If you see P, the ID has been changed now and come out from there. However, this changing the ID to LVM Linux LVM not mandatory part, right? If you forget it in any way, there will be no any problem with this. So we created this partition and just run the part probe command /dev/vdb Now create PV. If you will see fdisk slash dev slash vdb, so there will be one a hyphen L. So you will see one partition will be there. You can do PV create slash dev slash vdb1. Physical volume is created. Now VG create with W group and name of your physical volume. Done. Now it's saying create logical volume of 50 extents. So I will do LV create hyphen L extends, so hyphen small l, and then it's saying 50 extents. How much? It's saying 50 extents. So I will use 50 there. Then hyphen N. The name of LVM should be WSARE. So WSARE. And then the name of volume group. So the name of volume group is dev WG group. If you will see, this album is now created. Mistake. Why? We make it 50 extent, but while creating a volume group, we didn't mention this 8 MB, right? So let me remove that. LV remove, and then slash dev slash WG group. VG remove slash dev slash VG remove. VG group, W group. Okay. Right. So do not forget to use the correct command. Otherwise, you will also need to create or delete the partitions LVM again. So just use hyphen S for extends. So now it's 8 MB. Now I can use this LVM WCR. Now when I will see LVS, so there should be 14 MB. Okay, now format in mkfs.ext4. If they will, in the exam, they will ask you to format in XFS, so you can press the tab button. You can see XFS, ext4, vfat, all the commands are there, right? So I'm going to format in ext4 and then slash dev slash W group and WCR. Okay, and now they are also asking us to mount it on MNT WCR. So we'll create this folder, go to your FSTF file, make the entry of slash dev slash W group slash WCR and slash MNT slash WCR, and then ext4 file system, then defaults, LTS defaults, then 00. Save and come out. Mount -A, df-h. Yeah, it is now mounted there. Now create one swap partition of 400 MB and make it available permanent. So 400 MB means what? Now here, so again I need to go to this fdisk slash dev slash vdb and press P. So you will see the one partition there. Create new partition, primary, default, and now there they are asking us to 4 MB. Just create one partition. Come out. Again do part pro and VDB. Right, so we have created this partition. Now one thing you can do when you have created this, you need to change the ID number again. So press T, and then the partition number is second, which we have created, and the ID will be 82. See, now it's saying Linux swap Solaris. So it's changed it to swap partition. Now you can come out, and then you can run this part group command. Then mkswap, then slash dev slash vdb2. Just format this partition in mkswap, then do swap on, and then VDB2. So the swap will be on, but it is temporary, remember, right? We need to make it permanent. So to make it permanent, as this is a partition, so I'd recommend you to mount it with a UUID. So this is what your UUID. Copy this with the VLKID command. Go to your FSF file, come down, pay this UID, remove this double colon. And now you swap as a mount point, swap as a file system, then defaults as a default attribute, then 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. Run mount -a, swap on space -s. So now this swap is available. Okay. Now the next question is resize your volume, VO logical volume, and it should be approx 300 MB. Right. Now they will definitely give you some range, because whenever you create the partition, so it always vary. The range will always vary. Okay, so that's why it's giving you some range. So we need to resize my logical volume VO. We do not have any logical volume VO. We will use our WCL logical volume, which we created. So there is no any questions called extend or reduce. Okay, they will not ask you something like this. They will only say you to resize your logical volume. Now you need to understand what it is. Should I need to extend it or reduce it? In exam, there will no any means. They will not ask you to reduce the LVM, but I will tell you the steps, and I would suggest you to do the practice as well, right? For reducing LVM as well, right? So now to solve these questions, we need to resize it to 300 MB. So I will go to my terminal and we'll see LVS, and we'll try to find out that VO logical volume, which we do not have. So as I told you, we will do everything on WCL logical volume. So we have WCL logical volume. Okay. And its size is 400 MB. So 400 MB, and they are asking us to 300 MB, right? So it means we need to reduce it. And I hope everyone, you know that when we want to reduce any logical volume, so it should be an ext file system, right? And that's why in this question, we make it intentionally to format an ext file system so that we can demonstrate how to reduce as well. Again, I'm repeating, reducing of LVM will not come in the exam in most of the cases, but I would recommend you or suggest you to do the practice of reducing that as well. Okay. So 300 MB means we need to reduce my logical volume to 300 MB. So first of all, we need to verify that it should have ext file system, that it is already, right? So just unmount this first of all. Unmount and this folder. So press, it will be unmount now. Then run E2FSCK-F and the name of your logical volume to check the file system. Then resize 2FS, then the name of your logical volume, and then how much you need to make it. So you need to make it, as per the question, it should be 300 MB, right? So we'll say 300 MB. Then you can do LV reduce -L, and then you need to use minus 100 M, means you are reducing it by 100 M, and the name of your logical volume. Once done, you can run mount -, right? So you will notice that now your logical volume has been reduced to 300 M. Correct? Or LVS, it will be around 300 MB. Now again read this question. Now question is saying resize your logical volume to 300 MB or 400 MB. Let's take a question as the 400 MB. Now the question is resize your logical volume to 400 MB. Now what you will do? Now again you will go back to your terminal, check your df-h. You will say okay, it's 304, means 300 MB. And now the question is saying 400 MB. Now it means we need to extend it. Right? So again, to extend logical volume, first of all, check the file system. That is very important. Right? So once you check the file system, then what you need to do, you will run lv extend and -L, and 400 MB means this is already 300. So you can use 100 amp, right? And the name of your logical volume. And I would recommend you to use -R option so that it will resize their file system as well. Otherwise, we need to run the command resize 2fs or xfs underscore growfs based on the file system, right? So if I will press enter there, so it should be now 400. Say 400. Right? So it depends on means if they will ask you to extend that, so you need to extend that LVM and just use the LV extend command here and use -R, I would suggest, so that it will resize your logical volume. Either it is an XFS or ext4. But if you forget to -R, then we need to use this command xfs underscore growfs and then the logical volume name in case of XFS file system. In case of XFS file system, or resize 2fs, and then the name of your logical volume in case of ext4 file system, right? So if you forget this command -R, then you need to, means you run only LV extend -L in the side, then based on file system, you need to run any one of them. That's why I'm suggesting you to use -R there, so that it will automatically take based on the file system there. Any questions? Okay. Configure recommended tuned profile. Okay. Now what we need to do in this part is very simple actually. Just install one package called tuned. Just this tuned is something which configure your system by default based on whatever the values you will provide there. Let me show you. So just install this package. Then systemctl start tu and it is tuned, and enable this as well. Do not forget to enable the services which you got started. Enable. Yes, now enable them. Once it will be enabled, then we can run the command tune ADM space list. So these are some available profiles are available there. So it's something which is your operating system will default configure in your operating system on the back end, right? So for example, if you enable this one virtual-guest, right, which is by default available, right? Virtual-guest. So it will optimize for running inside the virtual guest. So it will do some modifications inside your machine so that your virtual machines could run smoothly, right? Virtual host, optimize the running KVM guest. So there are multiple profiles are there. So as per the question, what the question is saying? So it's saying that configure the recommended tune profile, right? So we have the command called tune ADM tune D hyphen, what is the command? TUNE D hyphen ADM, right? We can run the command RHCOMENDD recommended. Just run this command. That's it. RHCO. What is the spelling series? RHCOME. Is this correct? Recommended. This one. I think there's a typo there. Recommend.
And it will be double M.
Double M? Double M. Yes. Right? Now, the thing is, it is what the recommended profile that at this moment, but in exam, they may ask you to set some of the specific profile, right? Again, it is not very tough. It's very simple actually. Whatever the profile they will say you need to, we can run this command first of all to list all the profile. And whatever the commands they will say you, for example, profile profile, and we'll set the name of the profile here, right? Now, if I will see active ACTI active, so it will show me the currently this one is active. So If they will ask you, okay, again, I will run this command, recommended. So you can see now, it is saying that a recommended profile is this one, but I have set to this one. So if in exam, they will say you set to the recommended one. So you can run this command to see what is the recommended profile I should have. And this is what I should have. And currently what I have. So currently I have virtual-host. So I will make changes there and will set profile space this one. Right? Or in exam, they will ask you some specific name. So you need to mention that name there. Okay? I'm repeating again. If in exam, they will ask you set the recommended profile. So first of all, run this command to see what is the recommended profile. So it will show you this should be the recommended one. Now run this command active one. So see what is right now currently active in your system. So if it is virtual-host, then you need to change it. If it is if you already see the current active is virtual-guest, we do not need to make any modifications. Right? If they will say you, okay, you need to set the profile, they will give you the name called desktop or something, then you need to put the name as your profile space and the name of that part. Right? So if you will see, only 2-3 commands are there. Check your recommended, check your current, set your whatever profile they will ask you. That's it. And even if the recommended and current is matching, so we do not need to do anything there. Build an application RHCSA that print the message when logged in as Albert user. Welcome to user Albert. So there will be one user definitely. Then will be one user created. In my case, I do not have any user. So I'm going to create that user for me. I'm going to create that. And done. Right? Now we need to create some applications. So what we will do, we'll do USR local bin. I will create one application that is kind of a script actually, RHCSA, and we'll say welcome to user ABLERAT. Save this. Right? Now, inside /home/Albert, what was the name? AB. Then .bash RC and bash profile, right? We have 2 files there. Just use this one saying USR local bin RHCSA. Just type this one, right? And one more file that is bash_profile. Same thing, just type there. USR local bin /RHCSA. Save this. Now see if once the user will get logged in, to check that what I will do, I will log in with the user with my machine to check if that message is coming to me or not. What is the password? Did I not set the password? I think so. Just a minute. What is happening? SU-. Oh, okay. Got it. Permission denied. So the problem is we created this file, but we didn't change the permission actually. chmod 755. Right? It's showing there are two welcome messages. So Let's remove it from one of the file, one/home/ dot bash RC. Remove that from bash RC because the question is saying when the user will get logged in, right? So it means now whenever I will try to do SSH, it should allow me to log in there. But why it is not coming with this? Okay. Server B. See, welcome to, right? That is what you need to build. Just create one script, change the permission and define in your bash profile file, .bash profile file. Download the container file from this location. Do not make any modification in that file and build the image with this container file. Okay. So let's copy this one. Create one directory called container something. Oh, let me create my container. Go inside that, do wget and the name of this file there. Yes, it get downloaded. You can open that, no problem with this, but do not make any modifications as the question is saying. Now we need to build the image. So podman space build space -t. We can put any name, right? Otherwise, if in exam they will ask you for any name, then we need to provide that one. Okay, I'm saying my image column v1 and dot. So it will build the image for me. So once you run this command, you will see podman space images. This image is there, but there is a problem. Problem is what? I did one mistake. The mistake is we do not need to do this with the root user. Why? When we will scroll it down. So we have the second question which is related to this one. And we need to create container with this image, but from some one local user, right? Configure to run with the existing user only, right? So that is what one mistake I did, but no problem. Let me do it again. So what I will do, user add. There will be one user already, but in my case, I do not have. So I'm going to create that XANADU. Set the password. Let's do the SSH @ do not do SU, okay? Just do the SSH to your local machine. Now here I can create my container. Come inside this container and then download that file. Then again, I can run this build command to prepare my image. Meanwhile, I'm putting the password of this virtual app to get the access of this machine in Zoom chat. If you want, you can copy paste to your some local system. This is what the username password I pasted in the Zoom chat. There is one machine already there. I will create two more machine. So based on your ability, you can connect to the center and start practice on this part, on these, for these questions we have. So it's ready now. So again, I will do podman space images. Images. So I'm able to see my image there, right? Now, as per the question, build the image from the container that we already did. So this question is done. But when you come to this question number 21, so it's saying create a container named my container using the image which built previously. Configure the service to automatically mount the directory OPT file to the container directory OPT incoming and the user directory / OPT process to the container directory OPT outgoing. So we need to mount these two folders inside the containers. So these folders should be exist in your exam, but I do not have these folders, so I need to create those folders. So let me connect with server B, and I will create that mkdir /opt /file and mkdir /opt /process processed, processed, right? I've created this folder. Okay, come back. So we need to run this container, right? So how to run the container? We have a command called podman run containers there, right? So what we will do, podman space run -d to run in background. And what is the name? Name is my container. Okay. So we'll put -- name my container, and then volume they are saying. So OPT file colon, where they are asking us to mount it, OPT incoming. Okay. OPT incoming, right? Do not forget to use -Z. It will set the context level. And then we use -v, and then we'll do /opt and processed and mount. Just a minute. Yes, I'm back now. So processed and colon where it need to mount /opt /outgoing. Okay, /opt /outgoing colon Z, right? Then put your name of your image. So this is what my name of the image. Whatever you're seeing in the output of podman images, just paste everything. Colon this tag as well. Okay, do not forget to mention this tag also. Permission not permitted. Okay. So let me change the permission then. ch own, what is the current permission it has? /opt. Let me change it to ch. Yeah.
I think you have given the permission 755.
Miss, we have not said anything. That is what I need. I'm going to change it to user honor there. We simply created that colon and then OPT processed and file. It should be fine now. In exam, the folder will already exist, so we do not need to create that. If you will get some permission issues, so you can set the permission there. Okay, it's already there. So let me remove that. Podman -a podman space. It's created. That's why it's saying me. It's already there. So let me remove that. Yeah, now I can run this. Yes. So podman space PS, it is running now. Okay. So we run this container. But now question is configure it to run as system D service, right? That should be running with existing user this only, and it should be permanently enabled as well, right? So we need to make this container attached with our system D service, right? So how we can do that? So for this, we need to make sure that we take the SSH of my machine with the user. Do not do SU, right? It is required to make the SSH. Now, once you will do that, then after we can run the command login CTL space so hyphen user space the username XANADU. It will show you that currently this user is not allowed to run any of the containerized services as the system D. That is linger no, right? We need to enable this linger option. So just use login CTL enable space linger. And once you run this command, you will see it has been set to yes. Means now this user is set to run the containerized service with the help of system D. Once you did this, done this, all these things, now we have a command called, we need to create one directory in users home directory with the name of .config, and inside this system D and user, and move on to this folder. Now run the command podman generate system D hyphen name. What is the name it's saying? Do it saying any name of my service? The service should be named as my container. Okay, so let me put that my container. My CON my container and hyphen files. So once you run this command, you will see there is a file automatically created, and you will open this file. So it's already created there, right? Now it's created with that command. Now what I can do podman space PS and do podman space stop and then my container. Stop this. Now if once I run this podman container, generate this file, once we successfully generate this file, now I'm ready to manage my container with the help of system CTL. So if everything is set correctly, so I already stopped this one. You will see we do not have any container running now. So if I will run the system CTL command, so that container should be running now. System CTL hyphen user start and the name of service. What is the name of service? Container. Whatever the name you will provide. Remember, whatever the name you will provide, always the container hyphen will be added as a prefix. So system CTL user start container services. Once you run this command, so you should be able to see, yes, this container running now. If you want to stop it, I will only run the system CTL command, not podman command. So that is the motive of this question. So instead of managing your container with podman, once it will be created, that should be managed with the help of system CTL. Start. It should be running now. Yes. Right. And it also says to make it enable. So we would do this enable. That's it. Right. Let me go back to my PDF. Yeah. Okay. So that's all for this question. So there are 21 questions with this sample. So based on your ability, try to solve these questions then. Okay. Any questions anyone has with question number 21, 20 and 21, even 19 also? Okay, then let me stop the recording first.